everybody. Today I want to talk to you about a movie called Final Exam from 1981, a slasher movie that came out during the golden era of slasher, the golden age, basically, of slasher movies. And basically, the synopsis is it's a slasher movie that is set on this campus, and the people that having their final exams are still there and doing the exams, and a killer is running around. Now, this movie had the reputation of being a extreme Halloween ripoff. Of course, 1980s Friday the 13th, Sean Cunningham obviously admitted that he wanted to rip off Halloween. A lot of people wanted to rip off Halloween because it was a really successful, low budget horror movie that made a lot of money back then. And this one, it has elements of Halloween because the killer is lurking and sitting, seeing at somebody from the distance through the trees and things like that. But this killer is a really average killer. He's just a regular bloke, a little bit wider on the shoulders, has no mask. So he's a fairly tameless killer. Now, in this movie, there's a scene that will never see the light of day in other movies. There's a prank of a sorority house that happens, that a van drives in, all for some guy to cheat on his tests during the exam. And they come out with M16s and they're shooting all over the place, shooting people that are involved with it, and they take the bodies with them, which are guys who are involved with this prank, and they drive away. Now, this mass shooting, it's a thing in the US, especially in the US. It's not actually in Europe. It's not a thing. It's actually, it doesn't happen here, but in the US, it does happen a lot, and that would be a big no-no. So that's one scene I wanted to talk about. Also, the characters, you have Wild Man, who's a jock character. He's one of the instigators of the mass shooting. Then you have the final girl. I don't know what her name is. She's the virginesque kind girl. She's the typical final girl. Then you have the coach, which I like, the redneck coach. Yeah, you're going hunting with a gun when you're shooting with spraying bullets, and you can't miss, and you still miss your deer. Yeah, then you don't go hunt with me. You hear me? I hunt with a fucking knife on a stick. Yeah, that's a. He's funny. He's funny. And you've got the geek, which is basically the Randy from Scream. He's us. He knows every morbid thing. He knows. He's more about knowing the killers and the Richard Ramirez and things like that, and yeah, he knows all about the killers, and but he's paranoid. He locks his doors. He's prepared and things like that. There are a few fun characters, but is this movie good? A lot of people don't like it. I like it. It's a guilty pleasure. It's a simple slasher movie. If you're looking for something simple, put your brain off. There's not a lot of gore. Most of the kills are the same stabbings or somebody getting lynched by a fitness equipment. But there's this cool shot where the coach has this bow and arrow. He goes hunting, but he drops by the school. He hears a girl yelling help, help. He draws his bow to the killer, and the killer catches. And apparently, the killer did catch the arrow in real time. He was a stuntman, a professional stuntman. That's why he was sort of muscular, and he took the arrow just in plain air, and apparently he did that for real. That wasn't an effect. So that's cool to know. Fun fact. Like I said, it's a standard cheesy slasher movie that wanted to rip off the success of Halloween, and but for me, most of the slasher movies that were made in that era are fun to watch. Cheesy characters. Most have some gore, like The Prowler. It's a movie with not a good story, but top-notch gore. This one didn't have that. This one had fun characters, in my opinion. And the location was creepy too. The campus was almost, you know, nobody was there almost. So it's a creepy building. It was a creepy location. So I think it's for a slasher fan, you should see it. If you're just a horror fan, skip it. But if you're a slasher fan, you should see it. So, Final Exam 1981. See it if you're a slasher fan, but if you're a horror fan, maybe you can skip it.